Yeah, man, say all praises and honor unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash, and the blindness to the apostles, and to the elders of Graven Stone, Shalom, to all the brothers and more there across the world, pushing this truth in our sincerity and our honesty, so Shalom to the few sisters out there. Yeah, this is a brother from the James, Jamaica Camp. Yeah, show my anyone, touch upon this video, it's on social media, at Prime Minister, of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, went to the the meeting, the UN meeting, and you have a lot of so-called Jamaicans, voicing their opinions out here, and saying what basically they think about the whole situation. But the point we want to bring from this video is that our leaders, our Prime Minister Andrew Holness, um for years you should be seeing him playing both side. Same run to China, same run to America. So, over the years, we see, he keep on, playing both, but we know the time now when him actually have to make him stand, we side him pick, right? Because this whole both thing, we might basically, play for so long, I come to an end now because, we live in at the time, you can see clearly that we live at the time of the Third World War, and the scriptures speak about, this war going to be the greatest war we ever fight, according to what written in Daniel 12:1. Right? And don't tell you.
Harriet from CVN. Minister, you mentioned or you explained why Jamaica was missing from the vote. Are you in a position to say why Jamaica decided against walking out alongside other countries during Israel's Prime Minister's address?
Yes, and I've actually said so publicly already. I am happy to repeat that this is not the practice of Jamaica's diplomacy, that we prefer to listen, to be at a table, to engage, whether we agree or disagree. As I just stated earlier, that we are not performative in our practice of diplomacy. The walkout, as I understand, wasn't even a walkout by the whole UN. UN is 193 members. I think the greatest estimate I saw was 70. I'm not sure at what level. And as I stated before, we're not judging countries who choose to act in this way. We're not criticizing them. That's their choice. But the reason Jamaica, or one of the reasons that Jamaica is always a respected voice, is because of our willingness to always engage. And that is something we don't resile from. We are not a chest-beating administration. We're not ego-based. We're not image-based. And we are really focused on solutions. So we called for the things which we believe are important, as we have continued to. And being present, or rather not being present, would not have advanced or harmed a position in any way. So
yeah, we got a scripture. This is Jeremiah 30. I started at verse 12. I read, "For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine." Because, as I mentioned earlier on, start the video, but, our Prime Minister, our leaders, right, them always, run into these heathen, or these nations for help us, getting us in more debts. You have years back, I think about 5 years back, you have America been warning Jamaica about the whole China thing. So, right, warning Jamaica about the two-headed dragon China, right? Then basically, but yeah, and now we see, involving, different nations. Now we see the whole talk of small at them, and Jamaica, right? So that's basically our leaders. And what the scripture saying, Lamentation 4 and verse, bring it out, Lamentation 4 and 17 say, "As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us," because none of these nations can save our people, or take us out of the situation or the lifestyle we're in right now, right? The only somebody we can do that is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His Son, Yahushai, right? A matter of fact, Yahushai, that's basically what his name means. Deliverer, He deliver, He save, right? Norman Oman prediction, right? That's basically who's coming over to remove us, from all the madness, all the confusion and all the things that the people involved in right now, right? So we're gonna get delivered from all this madness. None of these nations will not save us, right? A matter of fact, number one enemy of the nation of Israel is in league right now, especially Prime Minister in this case, speaking about what taking place in this video. You have Jamaican, as I mentioned, advise them opinion. Them in league with these men, deep in league with them. The scripture say, in Proverbs 11 and verse 21 say, though hands join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Right? So though the Prime Minister, our leaders join hand in with devils, or these Eden, right? Especially Esau, Edom, they not go unpunished. Right? So if I say, whatsoever written, nothing can be put to it, and nothing can be taken from it. Right? Though hands join in hand, the wicked, which is who the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right? So you're gonna get delivered in the time to come, in the near future. Back to Jeremiah 30, verse 13 again say, there is none to plead thy cause that thou mightest be bound up, thou hast no healing medicines. Right? All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. Right? So our leaders, they are basically playing war now, especially Prime Minister. The same run to America, right? Years back, America sent much different men out here. I think one time the military come, talk to people, the leaders out here about the whole China situation. Right? Him say, forward to China. I remember forward to China. And now we see part in there right now, making speech, you know, talking on the behalf of the small at them. Right? So he playing the hard with all these nations. That's what basically our Prime Minister doing right now. Right? So he said, there is none to plead thy cause that thou mightest be bound up, thou hast no healing medicine. All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy who wounded us. Definitely, Father. But the one who wound us, the wound of our enemy. Who's our enemy? Number one enemy of the nation of Israel. So-called white man. But they want to bring our four parents into hardcore slavery. Bondages. Right? Hardcore bondage. Or chattel slavery. Put it right. Wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, and with the chastisement of a cruel one, you so-called white man, for the multitude of thine iniquities, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrows is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. And up to this very day, people, don't acknowledge them ways, as scripture said. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox know his owner, and the horse is master's script. But Israel, my people, do not consider. So people don't consider the things they do, especially in the time we're living in right now. Right? So these leaders, they are in league with the devil to destroy the Lord's people. Right? Because when I tell now, we can see that these men, they are preparing right now to come at us, all different style, in all different style. See what happening right now in America. Sure, close to the right now to Jacob's trouble kick off, fully. Right? It's like if the nice in the background, me at the work and thing. Hopefully, this lesson was edifying today, like out there. Shalom.